Hi guys, I thought I'd do a new video today as it's been something that I've been wanting to do for quite a while now, and it's the topic of autism and going to a place of worship or meeting house. And the information I've got is from the National Autistic Society website. Okay, sorry, I had to write that down. So the website is www.autism.org.uk, and as I've got my lovely little script here, just to keep me on topic, it's visiting a place of worship such as a church, mosque, temple, synagogue or meeting room can be difficult for people on the autism spectrum like myself. The reason why a person with autism may find it difficult to go into a place of worship is because of negative sensory experiences or overcrowding with people who might make assumptions. Also, people with autism might not follow the social rules which is expected of them in a place of worship or a meeting house, because we don't understand the social rules for different places. This can be such things as trying to impose our own set of rules, or applying one rule that we know well to one situation, which then makes us appear that we're misbehaving or deliberately not understanding people. And this then leads on to religious rituals. Some people with autism may find it difficult to participate in religious rituals and to follow the sequences. So for me, it's and for potential people like me on the spectrum, it can be a church sequence, such as the event of communion, which means that bread gets put onto a tray and all cut up into small chunks. Then the elders then get up and they take the little trays round the aisles to see people to get the bread out. Then there's non-alcoholic wine served to everybody in a small little cup mouthful. This is to symbolise Jesus' death on the cross, and then prayer is said. People with autism may find the church busy and overwhelming, causing them to have anxiety and sensory experiences. To help lower anxiety and sensory stimuli, maybe people with autism and their families could visit the place of worship first, to help motivate them and to feel safe. People on the autism spectrum need a lot of motivation, so they basically need to have an activity, so like maybe a social story or social script to explain what's going to happen to them when they get there. And then this can include many factors such as sensory factors. So this can be people with autism processing everyday sensory information. They maybe have high-pitched or low-pitched sensitivity to things. So in most places of worship or meeting houses, there's quite a lot of noise. So you've got noise of the cars parking outside, you've got the noise of people coming into the building, you've got the noise of their shoes, or the noise of them putting up their coats, or the noise of setting up musical instruments and guitars and things like that, which will either stress people on the autism spectrum out because they're not used to the amount of noise and equipment that's going to be around them. And sometimes people on the autism spectrum might be the other side. They might enjoy the stimulation and the music and the feeling of having vibrations through them and things like that, which will help them to calm down. So again, it depends. If you're high sensitive like me, I'm high sensitive, so for me it's always going to be an issue of I have to put up with high pitched noise, I have to put up with people being near me, and it leads me to feel anxious and worried, and then in the end it stops me from going. So another thing that can stop us from going, it can be hearing. So things such as being oversensitive to noise. So again, it can be people talking, their tone of voice, the way that they say things, the way that the music is played, if it's played fast, if it's played slow, the instruments, if they're played in a high pitch, if they're out of tune, it might distress people to the fact that they might panic and end up putting their hands over their ears because of the noise is really affecting them and making them really stressed, whereas some other people on the spectrum might not be as bad. They might enjoy having the vibration and the noise and the music and the instruments to help them calm down and feel less stressed. Smell is the next one. Smell is a big area because a lot of people like me on the spectrum are oversensitive, and you can really be affected by some smells. So things such as people's perfume, aftershave, people's body odour, people wearing suits and skirts and things like that. It can have a smell of like their house or a smell of their pets on, which then can affect our sensory stimuli, because we're having to smell this constant smell and not being able to move away from it. So then we start getting anxious, and then we might start fiddling with our hands, or we might start playing with our hair, or we might start trying to touch people, and that's because we're feeling really anxious to the point we can't concentrate. So then again, that can get us into a lot of trouble and assume that we're trying to be naughty or deliberately awkward because we're not paying attention to the social rules when it comes to that. Also, it can be visual behaviour. So again, it can be things like the stained glass windows. It can be things like seeing the doors and the colours that the doors are painted, or it can be wallflowers, or it can be the visual sign of seeing the cross or the instruments being attached to their stands and things like that. So you have to always take into account that sometimes you might see people getting upset who are on the spectrum, or some people might think, oh, I want to do that, I want to hang that up, or I want to touch that guitar. So it's all about visual and realising that some things are not suitable for people on the autism spectrum, so you need to give them a bit of time to process it, and hopefully then they'll move on and be ready to communicate with you. So I hope this video has been helpful, and if you'd like to ask me any questions or have any suggestions for me, please put them down in the comment box, and I will reply as soon as I'm able to. And as always, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'm also hoping to plan a Q&A video very soon. I'm in the process of having questions written down for me, and hopefully I will film that next week, so that should be an interesting video for you guys to get to know me a bit. But as always, like I say, thank you very much for watching, take care, and see you soon. Bye!